What's up, guys? QahirTheConqueror here. Welcome back to my channel for yet again another video. So to begin this video, I just want to ask a simple question. Are you where you want to be in life? Are you en route to where you want to be in life? Do you know how you'll get there? Do you know what it'll take to get there? I'm asking those questions, because I wanted to provoke a certain frame of thinking. For those of us who aren't where they want to be and maybe are trying to figure that out, or if we're on course, on par with that course, and we're taking these proactive steps to get there, I want to stop and talk about those who maybe aren't there yet or who are trying to figure it out. Essentially, your problem isn't that you're not talented. Your problem isn't that you're not gifted, you're not able, your talent is holding you back. None of those problems are really going to be the issue for why somebody isn't where they want to be, why certain people don't amount to anything, why they don't reach their full potential. And the reason I think that, and I'll explain in this video, is that your problem isn't any of those, because that's not necessarily in your control. There's a theme in my videos: some stuff you control, some stuff you don't. Figure it out. You want to know what your problem is, you want to know what the problem is, you haven't applied yourself, or you haven't applied yourself fully, or you haven't applied yourself yet, and you haven't applied yourself fully yet. What do I mean? Okay, let me explain. The difference between you and somebody else that is where you want to be in life, in most cases, is just that they believed and they applied themselves and they followed through with what they said, or they showed up for themselves. Now, yes, you have those people who are maybe born in less fortunate circumstances that look to the people that are in certain positions and go, well, they had it everything. They grew up rich. They had two parents. They had this. They had this. They had that. Doesn't make a difference. There is no, okay, yes, there are certain benefits and privileges that come with coming from status, coming from fortune, coming from wealth, coming from all of that, royalty. But all of them don't amount to anything, and we still have to apply ourselves, show up, do the work, etc. That's why I'm making this point. See, I was one of those people, so I can talk from personal experience. Things come easy, and then I was smart enough to kind of figure out how to do the least and get the most, or get what I needed. You know what I mean? Just skate by. I would envy people for what they had and what they got and things like that. But then at the same time, I kind of thought about it, and you have to get a little older and you have to see more. The only difference between these people is just that they put themselves out there. They put their best foot forward, for lack of a better term. They applied themselves. You don't apply yourself. Showing up to class, doing 70% of the work, not paying attention and not engaging in class. The teacher doesn't even really know you besides maybe your face. They don't know anything about you. You don't talk to anybody. You don't reach out for help. You know what I mean? Like, you're just skating by. You're just a fly on the wall. So what do you expect to get from being a fly on the wall? Let's stop. Let's go back to the earlier point. There are people in places you want to be, or en route to those places you want to be. There are how many people in the world? I don't even know off the top of my head. I think it's like 6 or 7 billion or something like that. So we have 6 or 7 billion, and you want to go to the NBA. How many jobs are in the NBA? How many jobs as players? You want to go to the NFL. You want to be a lawyer. You want to be an accountant. Okay, well, there are billions or thousands or millions or hundreds, a lot of people trying to do that. Think about how many people are applying for some mediocre job, like, no offense, something like food service or something like that, a cook or something. You got competition on that level. You don't think there's going to be competition as you move on and progress and move forward. But In order for you to get to the other side of the hump, whatever that is, or to get where you want to be in life, it's just that you have to believe in yourself, but you have to apply yourself. And this hits personal for me. I didn't want to apply myself fully. I don't know why. And I also didn't feel comfortable applying myself. When I think about it, this may sound silly, but part of that fear in certain areas was maybe that if I applied myself, I might get what I want. And that might not make sense. I won't explain it any further than that. But I think there was a fear of, okay, well, what if I get it? And maybe just the fear of like self-sabotage or something like that. But the moral of this point, the moral of this story is just that you can get whatever you want. Realistically speaking, you can get to wherever you want to be, wherever you want to go, but you have to apply yourself. You have to show up, do the work. The things that people see behind the scenes, or the things that people don't see behind the scenes, excuse me, is what I meant. That is going to propel you. You have to do that work when nobody's looking. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be vulnerable sometimes. You have to overcome fear. You have to study, strategize, research. All of these components contribute to success. I don't really believe in miracles. I don't believe in that stuff because I have seen that miracles really is just miraculous efforts by human beings with God-given abilities. Because if we look in the spiritual texts that were given to us and things like that, that's what it says. So that's what I kind of go off when it comes to my spiritual beliefs and things like that. We're given abilities when we're young. Everybody has one gift. Everybody has a talent. Everybody has some skill, and we can hone and cultivate these skills. But if you do the bare minimum and you don't show up for yourself, you don't put yourself out there, you don't try, you don't put forth any effort, and then whenever you do, and if it doesn't go right, you give up and you quit, why do you expect to just get everything you want just because it's you and you have a good heart and you're pretty or something? It might work like that for some people, but I just don't think the vast majority. The celebrities you envy, the wealthy people you envy, the politicians you envy or you look up to or you want to be, they applied themselves. My life changed drastically in so many good ways once I just started applying myself. In school, as I gave the first example, I was smart enough to do the bare minimum. I thrived and excelled in very, very young ages. But once I kind of hit maybe like middle school to high school, I kind of hit like a little plateau where it wasn't fun and it was boring and you're going through those changes and stuff. So I just started to do the bare minimum. And then I kind of just kept coasting from there, but there was no real ascension. And then I had to realize that there was no ascension because I didn't power that ascension. I didn't fuel it with anything. I just thought because I believe and I'm such a good, kind-hearted person that I'm just going to get everything I want. It doesn't work like that. And then, as I mentioned, when things changed, it was just after I applied myself. I was able to do things that I didn't even know I was capable of because I put myself out there. I tried and I put forth effort. And when adversity came, I didn't give up. I kept going and persevered through. That's the difference between you and the person who is where you want to be. The professional athletes that you look up to. Do you know what they did in the dark? Were you there? No. So why judge them or why envy these people that put in the work to get where they're at, when the only thing that you really have to do is apply yourself? And then, as I mentioned before in other videos, go check those out. Even if you fail forward because you keep going. You don't stop at first sign of defeat. You keep going, and if you're in the wrong industry, or if you maybe have the wrong vision, or if your vision needs to be tweaked or something like that, you figure it out by failing forward, and you get closer and closer and closer to the end goal. So, moral of the story is apply yourself. That is the only difference, and you can surprise yourself, and you can do whatever it is that you really want to do if you just simply try, and you try as hard as you can. I hope this video helped. If it did, And anyway, please like, comment, and or subscribe. Thank you. Stay tuned and see you for the next video.